But moving on to the defense, who's your defensive X factor for this season, Joshua?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm stuck between my front seven and my secondary. It's a young gun. I gotta go with the man that's been working out with Aaron Donald. I gotta go with Justin Metabike. You know,
Ooh, okay.
we lost Justin Houston, we lost Calais. And honestly, right now, I don't really trust Michael Pierce. I'm trusting Justin Metabike to be that disruptor, that leader that leader amongst the men on that in the trenches. I'm expecting him to be that dog in the trenches because we're gonna need that going forward. Because like I said, we don't have Calais Campbell no more. We don't have Justice Houston. This the QB getting the pass rush on the QB is questionable right now with David Ojabo and Adafio Way. Um, like I said, Michael Pierce, he hasn't played, and I honestly I feel like he's going to be in the same type of role that Brandon Williams was in with us when he started declining in his career. Sometimes here in the run game. So I need to see Justin Metabike. I need to see him causing double and triple teams. Honestly, just so the other guys can eat. Because I mean it starts with the trench work. It starts with the trench work. So if he can cause enough chaos, cause enough disruption, be that guy that could be that distraction that eats up those blockers for our linebackers to fly around. By all means, I feel like we can make some things. We can make some things shake.
Yeah, I think we lost Calais Campbell. He was probably one of the three most important players on the Ravens defense the last 2-3 seasons. Who's going to step up into that role? And I think you're right. I think Justin Madubuike is exactly that guy. He's going to be taking on that role as, hey, he's our primary interior pass rusher. And he is going to have to draw blocks to help out our young edge rushers and help out this Ravens defense. So that's definitely a good pick. For me, I'm also going defensive line. I'm going to go with David Ojabo. I think we need that pass rusher. And as I thought about saying Jadeveon Clowney, but I was like, I think we know what Jadeveon Clowney is, and that's just a run stuffing outside linebacker that can rush the passer a little bit.
Yeah.
He might be good for 5 to 7 sacks, but I think that's a guarantee. Whereas David Ojabo could come out and he could put up 12 sacks, or he could put up 3 sacks.
Yeah.
And the Ravens defense would be incredible if he puts up 10 sacks. And it would be really, really bad if he only puts up 3 because the Ravens need a pass rush. They need a pass rush. It's just too many years of the Ravens not having a pass rush. And Mike McDonald is no longer Wink Martindale. He's not blitzing guys for sacks. You are going to have to win your one-on-one reps to get sacks. And we're going to need David Ojabo to do that. I just don't see anybody else on this defensive line or pass rush group that's going to be able to break out and be a double-digit sack guy potentially. I'm not saying he has to be a double-digit sack guy, but just be a guy where, hey, he can get some sacks. Sometimes you have to double team him. That's what we need from him at the end of the year. If he can do that, the Ravens are going to be in a really good spot come January.
And I mean, honestly, we've been talking about this in previous episodes. And also, if you have not checked out the previous episodes, go back, check them out, like, share, subscribe, and comment on them. We've talked about, how the secondary without Marlon Humphrey is going to be. That's a lot of pressure to put on Marcus Williams and Kyle Hamilton to try to, be over top and guard everything. No, you got a healthy front seven. And the last time we seen Super Bowl winning defenses come alive, it's usually that front seven leading the helm. When we won that Super Bowl in 2000, it was Tony Siragusa, Sam Adams, Mike McCray, and Peter Boulware, and everybody else in company. In 2012,
some guy named Ray Lewis was pretty good too.
Thank you. Can't forget Ray. In 2012, I believe Haloti Nada, T Sizzle, was Doomaville with us that year too?
I think Doom was there the next year. I think it was Pernell McPhee.
Okay. And we had Ray Lewis.
Yep.
I want to throw Jerry Johnson or Paul Kruger, one of those two guys. One of them, TTB family, correct me if I'm wrong, But either way, you had a strong front in that front seven, and that's what helped bring home that championship. Even these previous Super Bowls, you had the Chris Joneses, the Sam, Aaron Donald. Look what the hell Aaron Donald did against the Bengals in the Super Bowl before that. He finally woke up and came alive. And what he started doing, dominating, giving Joe Burrow hell. So clearly, the championships are won in the trenches. Yes, we love to see the interceptions and things of that nature from our secondary, locking up wide receivers. But right now, with our secondary being a little bit on the how can I say, on the ailing side, we're gonna need these guys to step up and get real physical, and show that dog in them for sure.
Yep. And Joshua, you were right. Paul Kruger was on the Super Bowl team, led the team in sacks that year. Haloti Ngata and Darnell Ellerbe and Arthur Jones were the top 4 sack guys.
Okay. All right.
And Paul Kruger only had 9 sacks, but he was still a dominant defensive front. Like, even though it wasn't we didn't have TJ Watt getting 20 sacks. Instead, it was just, hey, Ravens are bend don't break, and they get turnovers when they need it. That's exactly what they were, and that's okay. I thought about saying Kyle Hamilton. I thought about, maybe Rock Ya-Sin. I thought about, Marcus Williams, Roquan, Patrick Queen. But I really think it's this defensive line, this pass rush, that is the biggest thing that we need to focus on. And maybe your X factor is Adafe. Maybe it's Jadeveon Clowney. Maybe it's Travis Jones in year 2 taking the step up. I think it's got to be on the defensive line, though, in my opinion. I just think that's the biggest question mark we have.
Yeah.